All right, ma'am. First of all, like I told you earlier, I just want to thank you for your time. I know time is important. It's important to me, and I know it's important to you. So I value time, and I appreciate you doing this interview with me. We're going to start from the beginning here. Name, age, and current living situation.
My name is Sara. I'm 26 years old and I'm homeless.
Homeless. Can you tell me a little about your journey?
Um, I grew up in the system. I got turned over to CBS when I was really young. So I went in and out of different facilities.
Yeah.
And eventually they're supposed to house you when you transition into 18.
Yeah.
They just kind of up and left me. So
Wow, that's awful.
instantly I became homeless. Running around with the wrong crowd, I got into different types of activities that got me charges.
That's
And
not
I also just decided to run away from those and not deal with those. So my life was pretty much in and out of jail and prison for the next 5 years.
I always like to ask, what's it like out here being a female and being homeless? Usually I see a lot of females out here, but they have a significant other. Is it better to be homeless by yourself or have somebody who's with you, so to speak?
Always as a couple, if you're able to actually work together as a team.
Teamwork,
Yeah,
it
it's
always works better.
And even single, if you're able to work and be kind and work good with everybody, the bigger the crowd, the better,
Yeah, I agree. What led to your current situation? What led to you being out here on the streets?
My dad at a really young age, he would get drunk and he would kick me out. So I think having that mentality of I don't want to be a bother to anybody.
Yeah.
And no matter what, I'll always survive. Even if that means I gotta sleep on a park bench or something like that.
So you're someone who will do whatever it takes to get the answer done. Now 90% of the people in Arizona that I talk to and I ask if they're from here, they're not from here. Are you from Arizona?
Yeah, I'm from Phoenix.
Oh, that's cool. It's fine. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome to meet a native. Meet somebody who's actually from Phoenix. What part of Phoenix, if you don't
Metro
mind?
Phoenix,
Metro.
27th and Northern.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's cool. Yeah, I mean that's so awesome. To meet somebody who is a native here, man. Like I said, 90% of the people in homeless population that I talk to and do interviews with, they're literally not from here.
Yeah.
They're from Canada. They're from New York. California and the rest of them. What keeps you getting through your hard times versus succumbing to what's happening right now?
Oh God, definitely. Just
God?
having faith in God.
Man.
Yeah. Knowing that
God
at the
bless
end of
you.
the day, He's got me. As long as I keep my morals straight,
Yeah, they
He's
say
got me.
not to cut you off, but they say he'll never put on you more than you can't handle. Do you believe that?
Oh yeah.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. What are your hopes for the future?
I want to get into school. When I was younger, I wanted to be a neurologist, but because I caught charges and stuff,
Yeah.
I couldn't continue on with my schooling. So I just switched that over to medicine.
Oh, yeah.
That's my long-term goal for schooling, just kind of as an interest and a passion for career-wise.
So
I'm
in
probably
this-
gonna do architecture and
Man,
business
that's
management and stuff
awesome.
like that.
Hey, don't ever give up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna just tell you, I'm gonna be the first to tell you, don't ever give up. I believe you can do it, man.
Thank you.
You look really young. I think and I can just tell by talking to you, you're very smart, very educated. So I definitely think you should just continue and first focus on trying to get off the streets. No one like you needs to be out here at all. It's kind of rare that I see someone, like you out here, but
Yeah.
they're out here. So, What is something you wish people understood more about homelessness?
Um,
All right, so where were we? I asked you, what is something you wish people understood about homelessness?
yeah. I was starting to say that they have those signs that say, don't help the homeless, don't help people that are panhandling and stuff like that. Like, you know, just because someone is homeless doesn't mean that they're bad people or that they're people that should be avoided. They're actually,
100%.
really caring people, really thoughtful and mindful people. Like, I feel just as like human beings, we should be as kind as we can to each other, and I just wish people had more of a heart towards us. Like, not necessarily even giving us, but just treating us with respect.
Yeah, how about a little bit of empathy and compassion?
Yeah.
I feel like America has lost that. Somewhere in translation, we lost that, the fact that, hey, these are someone's children at the end of the day. And, have a little compassion, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's like everybody's so hard up and, got their face screwed up and mean and vile and disgusting. When at the end of the day, I feel anybody can be homeless. You're a slip, fart, burp, drink away, paycheck away from being homeless.
Yeah.
Things cost so much nowadays, man. It's like 2,000 almost for a single bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
Now imagine if you have a car, phone, and stuff.
Yeah.
So things get pricey,
Yeah, and it really is that easy to just become homeless and
It
have
is.
everything pretty much taken away. Like, imagine all those people that were in those fires in California. Like, they weren't prepping for anything like that. Like,
nothing.
you never know what's gonna happen. And,
Never know. Now they're rioting over there.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
awful over there. Gosh.
It's crazy.
Yeah, this world, I don't know. There's that plane, but yeah, it's just turning into uncontrolled chaos, essentially. What's been the hardest part about being homeless for you?
Oh man. So probably trying to maintain like being clean and like as clean as I would like to be, like taking a shower every day,
Yeah.
Like I'm a girl, so I like all my
man.
perfumes and my lotions and
Yeah.
everything, and I don't get to carry that around everywhere, mainly because like it'll get messed up but also stolen.
What about essentially just carrying stuff in general? That gets pretty hard, right?
It gets to a point where I'm like, do I really need this stuff? Like,
Yeah, that's
I'll set it
horrible.
down for just a second or something, and it'll just get taken.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, it'll usually get taken by people like who have a car, who have a place to go.
Isn't
They
that
just see
crazy?
an opportunity. Yeah.
Isn't that awful? Like, it's weird because a lot of times I always say this and I always ask, why do homeless people steal each other's credentials? Meaning ID, social security card, and things of that nature, when they know that's such a hard thing for them to do and get back.
Yeah.
They have to go to a rapid, vehicle center or a rapid place where you can get an ID quick, or like CAS where you can get, the 2-week deal.
Yeah. Like, I've never been the type of person to do that. I'm also the type of person, like, I'll go out of my way if I find a debit card or an ID or something, like, I'll Google that person or I'll take it right back to them. I also have, like, a zero tolerance for that type of action among us. Like, that's like your community, you don't mess with your
100%.
community. That's
Yeah.
people that you interact with every single day. Like,
Man, very true, and it's sad, that they do that because those just are another roadblock, that essentially you or someone else would have to get through. I kind of consider it like tripping someone on the way down to the lunch line.
yeah.
We're both gonna eat dinner, but let me trip you first,
Yeah.
just to see how you tumble.
Right.
I tumbled, so I want you to tumble.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right, but that's how it is out here. Are there places or services that have been particularly helpful to you since you've been out here?
You know, Yeah, them coming by and letting me know like some of the resources that are available to me, and I've been pulled up on in the middle of summer when I was about to have heat stroke.
That's
They
awesome.
came and gave me some water and took me to the cooling center. I've been pulled up on with blankets and something to eat and socks and like all kinds of stuff, but. They all kind of failed me, and I hate to say that, but I feel like I was promised a lot of stuff that they either took advantage of the fact that they could charge my insurance so much.
That's how it was.
And
That's how they all are.
just
yeah.
kind of leave and forget about me.
Yeah, that's not cool. I always hear about these programs, and essentially what they do is they charge your insurance. They take your EBT card, anything that you get, and they use it towards your room and board.
Right.
Which that's not. I don't think that's cool.
fraud.
I don't think that's fair at all.
Yeah.
And it's funny that they only want drug addicts. There's a lot of people out here who don't use drugs.
Yeah.
And I got a question for you. I mean, are you on substances, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah. I smoke weed, and every once in a while I use whatever.
Yeah.
But that's kind of just to get through my day, like.
I hear it all
But throughout the
time.
day, I'm pretty much sober. Like it's too hot. There's nowhere to smoke.
100%,
And we gotta
yeah.
just keep it pushing.
Yeah, do you know, I hear a lot of people, they have to use illicit substances so that they can stay awake. So, especially being a woman, they have to stay awake so that nothing can, no one tries to hurt them. At least they'll be
Yeah,
awake. Is that true for
absolutely.
you, or?
Yeah. I mean, like, we don't get to eat out here all the time. We don't get to. When we do finally need to get some sleep,
That's when the
takes
drama
us up.
happens.
Yeah. But
I'll take your shoes. You don't
Yeah.
need those, huh?
Yeah.
Let me,
That was the
let me
last
run them
experience I had
pockets.
falling asleep
Yeah.
out here. My fucking
Yeah,
brand new
that's
shoes got stolen.
That's awful.
Yeah.
That is just so awful. Is there a particular experience you've had while homeless that stands out? Like something that stands out to you?
Oh, you know what? On like Christmas in
Mhm.
Phoenix, there's these ladies that dress up in like, Santa's helpers uniforms and stuff. And they
Yeah.
carry around these big, huge red duffel bags, and they're full of envelopes full of money that they were passing around
Whoa,
to every
that's
single person.
amazing.
And I'm talking about there's like 12, like, and it ranged from like $50 to $500 in those envelopes. Like, you can't imagine how much money was in all of that.
Yeah,
but
like in
the fact that they
total,
were just handing
yeah.
it to everybody, they were even going in the stores and handing it out. It was just really cool, like really
Yeah, that
thoughtful.
was
And they do
cool.
it every year.
Yeah.
Every time I've been out there during Christmas, they've done it.
Yeah,
which I was
that's
like,
awesome.
Yeah.
That right there takes a whole, takes advocacy to a whole nother level. And that's where I hope I can get one day. I hope that we'll be able to help people in a way like that.
Yeah.
Probably change someone's life for a
Oh,
month
yeah.
or a year or so. That's the goal. What does a typical day look like for you? What's your typical day look like?
Man, I don't. My day changes so much. Like, these past couple days, I've ended up in Maricopa, back into Phoenix, back into Scottsdale, Glendale, back into Phoenix. I go all over the place. I interact with everybody. I never try to be mean to anybody out here, so, sometimes that gets me in situations that I wasn't expecting. Sometimes I get myself in adventures that maybe I wasn't necessarily prepared for.
I can bet.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing for the sincerity of the situation. I mean, you never know what's gonna happen out here. Gosh, I've seen some crazy things, and I'm just, the camera guy. I
Yeah.
always see wild things happen, and I can only imagine, what goes on, out here when all the lights are off and
Oh,
everybody,
yeah.
it has to be. Is it scary for you at all? Do you ever
I've
wonder or
been
think?
homeless for a long time. I've been homeless for almost 10 years.
Are you serious?
So no,
Wow.
it's not really scary anymore. Like,
You're used to it.
yeah, definitely.
Man.
Maybe when I was a kid, you know,
Yeah.
like the first time I was ever homeless, like during the winter, like that was hard. That was definitely scary. And you know, there's various groups that definitely go out of their way to harass us.
I know.
As specifically female individuals, and
That's horrible.
they think it's a joke, or you know,
some
some
kind of
of
game.
them
Yeah.
just take it way serious, and that's the only thing that's kind of hard, you know.
Yeah, I'm sorry that women have to go through that. And last but not least, you know, I'm gonna ask you. I got, what's your Cash App? Do you have a Cash App or Venmo or anything
Yeah.
you would like to shout out, just in case anybody who sees this and they feel, you know, compelled and compassionate about your plight, you know,
Yeah, my
they can
Cash
help
App
you in some kind of way.
is-
Make sure you say it clear.
It's Skills 121 $SKILLZ 121.
All right.
Yeah, that's my Cash App.
You got a Venmo or anything?
Oh no.
No, that's fine. There it is there.
Yep.
Thank you so much. It's
Thank
been a
you.
pleasure.
Yes, thank you so
You're
much.
amazing to talk to. I would love, if I ever see you again or next time I see you, I would love to get an update on how you're doing, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. This has been amazing. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You have a blessed and beautiful day.
You too.